In this lesson, we'll create this scene, starting with its white model. First, we'll use screenshot software to capture a reference image. Then, in Photoshop, I drew its perspective lines. For greater accuracy, I drew the perspective lines first. Then, using the screenshot software, I adjusted the opacity to 50% and took a screenshot. We'll open this in Unreal Engine. First, let's create a camera. This is the blocking level from the last lesson. Let's create a camera. Create a camera here, a second one is sufficient. A cinematic camera. Select it. Now paste the image and adjust its position. Adjust the position. OK, there. Let's adjust this. I'll use a clarification needed tool name here. I'll use a clarification needed tool name. I can't see it, making it difficult to work. Let's create a viewport. I'll create a viewport and move it to another monitor. Then I can operate it. Otherwise, it's impossible. Now we can work with it. Using this grid, I'll roughly align this. This position sets the perspective. Adjusting the perspective. It's quite wide now. Let's adjust the perspective. Select the camera, adjust the focal length in this shot. Let's widen the perspective, it's a bit too wide now. Let's adjust it. I've added the character. Added the character. Now, let's add a character model. Let's try aligning it. The perspective wasn't ideal to begin with. This will probably take some time. First, let's roughly align the character. Now the perspective. Let's adjust that. That's better. I'll duplicate the ground. Duplicate the ground and check the perspective. Or I'll create a new one. A new pillar. Let's create and place a pillar. Create a cube. It's enclosed. I'm working on another monitor. Create a cube and scale it. This cube is about 0.5 meters. The unit is meters, that's the current zoom value. I created it as 1 meter, so I'm scaling it. 0.5 meters. It's roughly like this. Now let's check its position. Let's check this position. These two pillars are our reference. And copy the right pillar. Copy it here. The original image may not be perfectly accurate. This diagram may not be perfectly accurate. So let's roughly align it. There might be slight differences afterward. Copy the measuring pillar. The perspective looks good now. We've corrected the perspective, it looks good. Do this step in UE. If you use 3D software, your perspective will be off. It won't match, it depends on your needs. You don't need to match the original image exactly. You can use this method or not. It depends on your needs. I'll try to align it. Aligning the ground surface, not the pillar. Almost there. Now the ground grid. It has a built-in grid. This grid looks good. Looks good except for the wide perspective. Looks good. Now copy the ground surface to the top. Rotate it 180 degrees and position it on top. Align it roughly. Then create a cube. The edges will be slightly higher. Create another cube. For the steps on both sides, I'll adjust the scale. Scale it down to 0.2. First make this 10 units. Its position is roughly along this green line. Right about here. Then copy it to the other side. These are basic Unreal Engine operations covered in our beginner course. So we won't cover the very basics in the formal course. Beginner courses will cover that, okay? Then copy those two sides. And this row here, the front row, will be slightly higher. I'll copy this. Rotate 100, rotate 90 degrees, copy it and align it to this position. Then we need to work on the middle tatami mats, traditional Japanese floor mats. We'll create a new cube for those as well. Set it to 0.1. Tatami mats are lower. Or 0.05, even lower. Let's leave it like this for now, enlarge it, and position it approximately. Position it approximately. The perspective will be slightly different. There's a slight difference. We'll check later. If we need to adjust the diagram. I'll try to make this a square when scaling. Let's enlarge it slightly. 12 seems a bit large. Let's try to align it to around 10. "11, actually? If possible, an integer." An integer is preferred. There aren't any now. It's not an integer. His original instructions were, it needs to be shorter. Let's do this first. It'll be slightly uneven. Let's align it first. Okay. Let's look at this element first. It's semi-transparent now. It's difficult to work with. I'll pop this out first. Then let's check this element. It looks like this. Just for alignment, approximately this. Then let's align it again. Let's create a new element, and adjust it in another window. Okay, now the perspective, let me fine-tune it. Be careful when fine-tuning the perspective. Let's fine-tune it here, that's about right. The middle section is aligned. When adjusting perspective, note that, because this can't be undone. That is, once you've adjusted the lens perspective, it can't be undone, so adjust carefully. Afterwards, let's lock the transform here. Lock this transform. I'll lock it now. So now our perspective is pretty good. It's basically aligned with the original image. I'll lock it first. Then, we'll work on the remaining objects. So that's it for this lesson. And in the next lesson we'll continue enriching the blocking.